The residence of the Embassy of Brazil, known as the Pietracaprina Palace, is an imposing building located at the intersection of Boulevard General Artigas and Avenida General Rivera. It was acquired by the determination of President Getúlio Vargas in 1941, while João Baptista Luzardo served as the Brazilian ambassador to Uruguay. The Pietracaprina Palace has served as the headquarters of the Brazilian embassy and has witnessed significant political meetings. One of the most memorable of these meetings was likely the one between the then Vice President João Goulart and Minister Tancredo Neves in 1961. The negotiations between these two prominent Brazilian statesmen ensured, amidst a major institutional crisis following the president's resignation, the assumption of João Goulart as president of the republic and the appointment of Tancredo Neves as prime minister. It is said that one of the social gatherings during the official visit of President Getúlio Vargas in 1935 took place in the Pietracaprina family mansion. More recently, the palace has received illustrious visitors, including Presidents José Sarney, Itamar Franco, Fernando Henrique Cardoso, and Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. In 2010, it welcomed the President of the Oriental Republic of Uruguay, José Pepe Mujica. The Pietracaprina Palace, currently serving as the residence of the Brazilian embassy in Montevideo, was inaugurated in 1913 and still bears the name of the Pietracaprina family. Roberto Pietracaprina was one of the most prominent Uruguayan entrepreneurs at the beginning of the 20th century. He was a founding member and the first president of the Automobile Club of Uruguay. He was also a significant art collector, with his collection of lithographs being among the notable graphics in the history of the Uruguayan capital. A room in the library of the Palacio Legislativo, one of the principal holdings, is named in honor of this distinguished citizen of Montevideo. The gardens of the palace feature sculptures made of marble and iron of European origin. The iron sculptures and garden lights come from the famous Val d'Osten foundry, a 19th-century French establishment that was also responsible for the construction of the Eiffel Tower. The project of the Pietracaprina Palace was designed by the French architect Camille Gardel, 1866–1947. The construction was carried out by the company Artigas, Martorell and La Salle. Camille Gardel, born in Montauban, France, studied at the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris and graduated as an architect in 1899. 12 years later, he settled in Montevideo, where he worked between 1910 and 1931. He is considered one of the most distinguished representatives of French eclecticism in the country. During this period, he was responsible for works such as the Pietracaprina Palace, 1917, which currently houses the facilities of the Supreme Court of Justice, and the Brazil Palace, where the Club Brasileiro and the Institute of Uruguayan Brazilian Culture are now located. The architectural style of the Pietracaprina Palace and its gardens harmoniously combine various architectural influences, reminiscent of the Beaux-Arts style of the Belle Époque era in late 19th and early 20th century Paris. The palace exhibits a discreet and well-balanced eclecticism, with prevalent neoclassical and neo-Baroque elements, as well as characteristics of industrial modernity, including a striking contrast between marble and wrought iron. It is a villa type of construction, with all its spaces connected to the outdoors through openings with semicircular arches. The main hall stands out with its Italian majolica floor, internal doors with beveled mirrored glass, and crystal chandeliers with bronze structures and crystal and bronze pendants. The elevated piano nobile in relation to the street gives the building a solemn appearance, with the wrought iron door at the top providing access to an entrance hall with a marble floor and a baccara crystal chandelier, which leads to the main hall. The main floor is developed almost symmetrically from the central hall. The right wing consists of a dining room and a winter garden with a wrought iron and glass structure, providing a lighter touch to the composition and offering variations to the building. The left side of the main floor features two large living rooms. The upper floors house the master bedroom, guest rooms, a living room, and a terrace. The lower floor is used for the garage and service areas. Thanks to the constant care of the Brazilian government for its preservation, the Pietracaprina Palace is a source of pride for both Uruguayans and Brazilians. Two small rooms accompany the entrance hall. To the right, with wooden-clad walls, is the office, where the Dunkirk chest with a marble top and metal depictions of Josephine and Napoleon, along with their initials on the front, is a highlight. To the left is the music room, featuring a grand piano manufactured in Paris by the Pleyel House, one of the world's oldest functioning piano factories and the preferred brand of composers such as Frédéric Chopin, Franz Liszt, and Claude Debussy.